Good morning. How are you doing? Well, I got up early so I could get outside and do some yard work. I'm going to risk a little bit of stress on my knee and my ankle to see how it's doing. My spring is doing so much better that I'm going to give it a shot. I've been being so careful that I feel like all my muscles are atrophying. I just have to get outside though. And then I'm gonna take a luxurious long hot bath with my salts and some fragrance. And then I'll be ready for an iced coffee, maybe a decaf, who knows. But I have some neighbors who are doing some different things out in their yard, so I'm gonna put on a little bit of makeup so I don't scare the kids. What else was I gonna tell you? Oh, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I even got some emails. That was so nice. Chrissy and Carla, Claudia, thank you so much. And Vanessa, Denise, Janet, Carmen, Linda, thank you so much for going out of your way to wish me happy birthday. That was sweet. Very nice. Also, I got sent another email as well about how to expand the channel. I guess there's a reason why it seems to be capping. I don't know. Anyway, they listed about 10 different things I'm not doing to build the channel. And I just don't think I'm ready for that. I don't think I am a professional YouTuber enough. That's not the direction. I just like the company, and I like our little corner of the world. And sometimes y'all comment and sometimes you don't. You get busy, but when I hear from you, it just makes my day. And there's just something about sharing a little bit of me and a little nuggets of wisdom along the way that makes me feel good. I might change my mind down the road when I'm not so busy with work, because I just think it takes someone a lot brighter than I am, more energetic, a little sharper maybe. I don't know what you want to call it, but I just don't think it's my natural personality to excel in that line of work. We'll see someday down the road. We'll see. Anyway, that's one of the things I thought I would talk about, I guess, this morning, actually, is how we spend our time versus waste our time. And it's no judgment on my part. I'm saying we all get to decide whether we are wasting our time or spending our time. Either way, we're spending our time. We're spending our time just like we're spending our money. People say, oh, you're wasting your money. Well, are you wasting your money? You're not wasting your money if it's meaningful to you. Frankie, I'll be there in actually a few minutes. Hold on. Wait. Just hold on. Good boy. So for years, I was working, building businesses, trying to grow up. And I had somebody say, because people don't know your own journey, especially if you don't tell them. And if they're not worth you telling them a little bit about your journey, your growing experiences, your personality, if you're not willing to let them get to know you deeper, and then you're mad at them because they don't know you, it's It's kind of like, okay, so not to be mean, but it's sort of a game of catch and mouse, cat and mouse. It's a anxious avoidant type relationship, which means it shows that there's some trauma work still to do. Children of drama, like in my house, it was either trauma or drama all the time, or isolation, right? Oh my God. It was like a yo-yo. You didn't know what to expect, so you just try to keep your head low, or I did. Or my other personality is being self-righteous and an activist, and that doesn't go over when you're working with alcoholics. Okay, I have this crazy eyelash right here. Sorry, folks. Oh, did I get it? Oh, that's it. Worth celebrating. Makes my eye tear up, though. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, I have crazy hairs. Always have. So anyway, the thing is, what was the point I was trying to make? Spending time or wasting time. Oh, okay. So I had a friend who said, "When are you going to quit wasting time and start a family?" And I was like, well, I'm not even married. And they're like, "You're going to regret not having kids." Like, as if I'm going to have kids without a family environment. I know what that's like. No, not that I had role models for it, but I was just like, well, I'll think about it just to get out of it. But I never took the time in that situation. I wasn't mature enough to think out loud in my head. Think out loud in your head. Try that. About how valuable that relationship was to me, and how I could have sat down and said, you know, I'd like to share a little bit about me. I had a dangerous and scary and deeply lonely childhood. To bring a child into this world would mean the world to me. It's a big deal to me, and I know I don't have what it takes to do it well, and I have so much interest in my career and this direction I'm going, that I would need a lot of help if I were going to divide my time 50-50. If I were going to go, man, raising a kid is so cool, awesome, and my career is 50-50. You know, it's like, I love this almost as much as that. That's how passionate I felt about my education, about my career direction. It was so exciting to me because with everything I learned from my career, I was learning about me and my soul and my wounds and how to heal them. So as I was helping others, I was helping myself. There's nothing more magical than that. And I know I had some friends that were transient. They were short-lived friends because of moving around and stuff, and then our personalities just didn't match up as well. After a while, they started drinking more and socializing more in ways that I wasn't comfortable with. So anyway, back to my story. The thing is, I didn't take the time to sit down and let that person know what a deep and meaningful conversation it really was for me to even consider having a kid. And the idea of being a single parent came too close. It married up. It butted up too close to my single parent, my mother. And I did not want to ever take the chance to be her. And I knew when I got older and more mature and I had been sober longer, but I also knew it wasn't just alcohol. It was the thinking, the fears, the control issues, the anxiety. It just, I knew it was going to be a challenge, and I just didn't want to do it alone. And I was still looking for a partner. Well, in one way or another. Sometimes I looked harder than others, I admit. This is a 30 block, and it is disgusting. I think there's a little left in here. I just didn't want to do it alone. I wanted help. My dream was to have a loving marriage, loving husband, and financial security, so it wouldn't just be my income, because I knew I wanted to be in business for myself. You don't get good insurance if you're in business for yourself. It is very expensive. It's like the only thing that a reasonable person can afford when they're in business with just for themselves is called, basically in my head, catastrophe insurance. It's about $500 a month with a $10,000 deductible. And no prescription discounts or anything like that. So not great. So spending time, wasting time. Looking back, I think, did I waste that friendship, that relationship? Did I waste a deeper meaning I could have had? Or did I spend it well? In my honest opinion, I loved that person, love, as a mother. However, I know she did not have the capacity to think that deep. She just knew in her simple way of thinking about things is that she loved me and she wanted me to be happy and she loved having grandbabies. She didn't care about all that other trauma bonding, anxious avoidant relationship drama. She didn't care about all that. She just wanted to love me. So wasting time, spending time, it's a balance you have to kind of figure out for yourself. And sometimes, no matter how much you feel like you're wasting time with somebody, you're not. I know that I have been in relationships where I thought, especially romantic relationships, where I thought, this is a waste of time. I could be doing something else. I should be with someone else. But the deal is, I have learned through experimentation and life's lessons and really trying to gain insight as to my own personality. I also found out that I needed to learn patience. As long as you're not being hurt physically and you can handle whatever it is that's emotionally going on. I'm not saying put yourself in a place of abuse. I'm saying sometimes we learn how to be a better partner by learning how to deal with a partner that's not so great. And then as we become a better partner, we recognize how we could be a better partner in the situation we're in. And sometimes that situation gets tolerable, bearable, and therefore worth staying with. So, I don't know. You just never know. Sometimes you just gotta experiment. Wasting time, spending time. Sometimes I am looking for this. So anyway, that was sort of kind of where I was thinking is, I think it's interesting. I think it's very interesting. I'm going to wipe some of this off before I even get started. Some of my eyebrows have already, my eyebrows grow really fast. My hair grows really fast. I've always been blessed with that. It's just that it's thin. Even my hair's thin. I have a couple whorls in my hair, and if I don't doctor that up or wear a ponytail, you can see those whorls pretty good. and that's where you can see my hair is not very thick. Because you can see how the whorls lay down on my scalp. Some people have whorls, but they have thick hair, and so they can, it's a little bit, whorls are crazy. I mean, they're almost like birthmarks as far as I'm concerned. Man, I wish I still had some wax. I would just love to wax these baby hairs. They need to be shaved or waxed, because they just grow so fast. Huh. Eyebrows are interesting. Mine are crazy. Yeah, I'm brushing them around a lot because it's like I'm getting to know them. When they get certain lengths, it's kind of like, well, what are they doing? I don't know. Have you ever experimented with brushing your eyebrows down and then swishing them instead of up and then swishing them? Sometimes you can just draw a line there, and then it's like, wow, those are some nice eyebrows. Interesting. Kind of gotta know what you kind of gotta enjoy experimenting. Crazy eyebrows, crazy eyebrows. I really like brow mascara, and I do sometimes I'll do my eyelash mascara and wipe it off for a while, and I'm going to tell you, you save a lot of money if you are willing to use eyelash mascara. Think about it. These are inexpensive, and I got this on a deal. Matter of fact, I might have even got this one off of Temu. There's lots of them. Man, the money you save on cosmetics on Temu. I am breathless. What's this other makeup I got? I'm going to do a Temu review here one of these days. Again, and here's what I'm going to do. Here's why it's important. It's too bad this comes across orange on my work camera. The person I'm talking to may not see orange, but I'm pretty sure they see what I see. And weirdly, my camera picks up orange quick. Where are my tweezers? Okay, get over here, girls. Okay, so what was I going to tell you? I have noticed when I want to know if something's working out pretty good, like tennis shoes, bras, things like that, these reviews are great when they take the time to take them out of the package, tell you how much they cost, the names of them so you can look them up. But they don't tell you 5 minutes after wearing them what they feel like. They don't tell you how they launder. They don't tell you how they hold up after being laundered 3 or 4 times. Or how they wear throughout the day, several hours into the day, or into the night. You know what I mean? And to me, that's important because just like spending time with a person. You want to know, are you really saving money hanging out with that person? Are you really saving energy hanging out with that person? Are you really saving emotional, like, oh, they're so easy. But why are they easy? Why are they easy to hang out with? Is it because y'all really have a lot in common and you have the same vibration, the same flow? Or is it because they're not very invested? You don't know until you know, right? Sometimes you gotta hang out a while to figure it out. So here's something too. I'll put on my makeup and I'll be satisfied with it, and then I'll make a face or something. So, and then this wild eyebrow will stick out, and it's black. This eyebrow is, I have different shades of eyebrows. And it's not just a neutral one. If it were gray or black, you know, it's going to show a lot more than like these strawberry blonde or golden eyebrows that I have. Oh my goodness. I didn't blend that very well. I was thinking about my eyebrows. Okay, so back to spending time with people. It's sometimes we have to protect our heart, and that can get lonely and we can get angry. Now, when I was little, it was easy for me to get angry because I was alone. I got angry because I didn't have all the information. I got angry because if I did have some social services or neighbors say, oh, you want to go to church? And I thought, well, I want to get out of the house. Okay. And then hear people say, oh, if you pray really hard, your prayers will be answered. And I just thought, I am such a nobody that God doesn't even hear my prayers. You know, and then I saw the movie of the little match girl. Kind of touches my heart. I can feel it, like the memory of sobbing, the memory of that deep place. Now when I feel it, oh look, when I think of that and I think of how far I've come, thank you God that I'm not, that didn't happen to me, and that I was able to find a way to find joy. It sure wasn't easy. It was a struggle. But I'm just saying that this journey, sometimes you have the strength to do better. There were times when, looking back, it'd be like, oh, why did I do that? Why didn't I have the strength to do something different then? Why did it take me so many years? It was like, honey, at the end of the day, I would have done better if I could have. The weight, the antagonizing pulls were too much for me. They were just too much. I would have done better if I could have. And I think I got enough eyebrows to keep from being totally embarrassed. Eyebrows are just fascinating to me because I have so few, I guess. Mascara. I don't want to put on eyeliner today, so I'm going to put my mascara on really heavy down at the base. I'm going to actually rub it a little bit on my eyelid. I got this tip from my sister, one of the last times she ever talked to me. My family's full of very judgmental people. Once again, everyone kind of decides on who they're going to spend their time with, right? Thank goodness that I've been able to create a family out of people that I've met along the way. I am truly blessed. But I really tried to foster some relationships with blood, but it's just not always possible, hon. So if you can get to a place where the decision making on how long you spend with somebody, how much you share with that person, sometimes you have to weigh it out. Like, had I had a deeper conversation with this lady I was telling you about that was like a mom to me, I think it would have just confused her, because it was on too different of a level for her to understand. To her, things were pretty much black and white. And once the trouble was over, it was over. It was one of the beautiful things about her, actually. My brain just doesn't work like that. Some of us are really complicated. Some people just aren't. And I used to judge people who were simple. I used to think, oh my God, they're simple. Simple-minded. And I saw it as dumb. I know I had a lot of growing up to do. I'm just sharing that with you because I have a lot of clients who feel the same way. They really have a self-righteous streak going through them, that their way is the best way, their way or the highway when they first start. We can judge people like I used to be all day long, or like some of my clients, but I can tell you, once you look a little deeper, you understand that there are some people who, once they make a commitment to love, to be in a family type relationship, it's a life or death bond. It is a forever bond. So they really do protect themselves against falling for imaginary traps. And for me, being around people who weren't very smart meant I had to financially take care of them, physically take care of them, and I knew I was in for a lot of work. And I have these wild hairs, and every once in a while they finally get long enough for me to tweeze them. They're poking all over the place. So think about how you're spending or wasting your time today. I would love to hear how it goes or what you think about it, if you get a chance. I have been laid up with this knee and ankle. The ankle's gotten a lot better quicker. The knee was sprung and was carrying a fever for a long time. But I knew that it wasn't broken or fractured or anything. It was just muscle and bruising. Oh, come on, crazy hair. Oh, it must be coming from the bottom. Okay. Poking up. I sure appreciate you keeping me company. Say hi. Pretty please. Let me know how you're doing. Summer's really busy, so I don't expect long tutorials like we did when it was COVID and winter time, but I do love hearing from you. What else was I going to tell you? So the dealio is, oh, where's my lavender? I wondered where that was at. Try to decide to have a little more patience with certain relationships, to see if you can ask yourself, if I analyze this situation, am I doing myself a disservice by not sharing a little more? Or am I giving myself a disservice by sharing too much and expecting too much out of this person? Because that might be the truth. it might be that you're giving too much or not enough. How about them apples? I know, I'm fidgeting. I better get out there before it gets too hot. So I'm going to decide if I'm giving too much or not enough care to my knee, because I'm getting muscle atrophy. I'm getting stiff. My arthritis is starting to get rusty. And but I don't want to give too much to having fun out in the yard because I don't want to hurt myself. So I am going to, I don't want to wear that out there. That'll get dirty. I'll wear this metal one and a ponytail. So I'm going to be mindful of how I'm taking care of myself. I want you to do that too. Be mindful. Spending or wasting your time. Here's one more thing. So when I go to Goodwill and I'm doing my shopping therapy, I was standing in there one time, and because this is sort of something I practice. Am I spending time or wasting time? And that's pulling one hair. I was standing there and I was thinking, what aisle have I missed? And I thought, it just hit me. I thought, oh my God, I've been here for hours and I'm not enjoying it anytime. It's time to leave. And I just thought, okay, and I left. So that's an example. All right. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get to work. All right. Bye for now.